Thanks. With us, I'm Bill O'Reilly in the Law and Order segment tonight. The governor of Washington State, Jay Inslee, has ordered his agencies not cooperate with Homeland Security when the feds ask for an illegal alien to be detained.
This executive order makes clear that Washington will not be a willing participant in promoting or carrying out mean-spirited policies that break up families and compromise our national security and, importantly, our community safety.
With all due respect, the governor's a dunderhead, and I'm going to prove that to you in a moment. Here now, attorneys and Fox News analysts, Ebony Williams and Kimberly Guilfoyle. So, the governor says he'll obey warrants, all right, which he has to obey, or they could arrest him.
Right.
All right, but he will not allow his people in Washington State to respect requests for detainers. What's the difference between a detainer and a warrant?
Okay, so an arrest warrant is not a request. This is something that is supported by probable cause, and he cannot by law ignore it. A detainer, and that's criminal, okay? Supported by probable cause. A detainer is merely a request, and he is not under an obligation to comply with ICE, and it is civil.
There isn't a law that says he must. Now, detainers are asked for by the federal government when they believe a person is going to be deported.
Subject to removal by the United States.
They don't ask him because they don't like the color of his car or because of any other reason.
Right.
ICE believes that this person has enough bad things that he or she is going to be deported.
Yeah,
so this isn't some little thing.
No, it's very serious.
What do you say?
Yeah, you're exactly right, but that standard distinction between probable cause that's required in the warrant and reason to believe, that's the standard for the detainer.
So why would any honest civil servant say, I'm not going to cooperate with the federal government when they ask for a specific detainer?
I can tell you why, Bill.
Go.
Because it will clog the docket. If they indeed complied, as they should with every detainer, it would clog the docket so miserably that it would actually further disrupt our broken.
Well, that hasn't happened in Texas and Florida, where they do respect it.
Yeah, there's states.
They haven't clogged any dockets.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Not like
Here's the problem.
That's feeble, Ebony.
It's
Your
true.
excuse is
It's
feeble.
true.
Clogging
That's what I
is
said.
feeble. Then unclog.
She's giving the the justification for why they would do
That's
so.
what they
I
say.
suggest that actually makes a bigger problem and is an
There's no
issue with
justification.
public safety, because some of these people have committed crimes and should be removed from
Here
the
it is.
country.
Here's the hammer right now. You ready for the hammer, everybody? Here's why the governor of Washington State is a dunderhead. All right. Let's put up Sandra Duran's picture. I don't want to see him anymore. All right. Let's look at Sandra Duran, 42-year-old mother. All right. And she's killed in a car crash in Los Angeles. She has kids, right? How many kids, Ebony?
At least one child in the car with her during this horrible, deadly accident.
She's dead. The police say a man named Eduardo Alvarado killed her while driving drunk. Tell me about Mr. Alvarado.
Worst thing about him, Bill, this was a habitual DUI. This was not his first time driving drunk behind the wheel. Been deported 5 times, multiple felony convictions.
But he was deported 5 times.
5 times.
Arrested 20 times.
Yes, over the course of the years.
Okay, now, he didn't have a warrant out for him, did he?
Not currently, not in this moment.
No, he didn't have a current warrant.
No.
But if ICE knew where he was, they would have put out what?
They would have put out a detainer.
A detainer! A detainer, which they wouldn't have honored.
In Los Angeles.
Okay?
Yeah.
This is what makes me furious.
This is the worst case scenario.
No, that's not the worst case scenario.
It is.
That's a real scenario.
It is.
There's a woman who's dead.
And that's horrible.
And this detainer would not have been honored by Los Angeles as a sanctuary city in the county, or this idiot governor of Washington State. Okay? So that's the hammer. Now let's hear from the woman's father.
So much was taken away from us that it's a pain you cannot describe, and is there, and it will be till the rest of our lives. But her big smile, her pictures just keeps us going. We're keeping her smile, and we pray every day, and it seems like she's here right now.
All right, so now there's a child without a mother, and this guy man was deported 5 times. I didn't have a warrant out and arrested 20 times, okay? Still in the country.
Already had DUIs.
Right. And if ICE knew where he was, they would have asked LA for, as we said, for a detainer, and it would have been turned down.
LA, New York,
This
Washington.
is why I'm just crazed about this, and Kate's law should be passed.
You're absolutely right, and this
Because
is
then the guy would have been in jail for defying deportation.
Right. And you don't even need to see the hundreds of cases like this that happen across the country. One of them is sufficient reason for them to uphold the law and honor the request.
Right, so Kate Steinle is dead, and now Sandra Duran is dead.
Right.
But Kate's law still isn't passed, because if you had Kate's law, the guy who did this, Ebony, could have been swept off the street and put into prison right there.
He also should have never been back in the country, Bill.
Okay, that's why they want to build a wall.
That's the other issue.
That's why they want to build a wall.
We already had reason to know this guy was deadly and dangerous,
Right.
Bill. He should
But he's
have
an
never been
habitual
back.
offender and a criminal
It's not an isolated words case.
No, it's not
isolated.
But
It's
that's
just
the
the
point.
All right.
That's why it's a detriment to public safety, and those removal
Kate's
orders
law
need to be
has
honored.
got to be
There's no
fast tracked.
excuse.